told Steph at least, said, 2-3 good minutes, and then you're coming right back out. And Steph understood, and they both went out there and just put the lead where we needed it, and then we got them out. So great game from both of them. I think Draymond has just been phenomenal. He's put together a great season, and particularly these last few weeks, his defense is just off the charts. Energy is great. His leadership has been great. It's just been really fun to watch the kind of season Draymond has put together.
What do you think of Juan's game?
I thought Juan was great. Juan did what he does. He moved the ball. I mean, he had 8 assists, I think, and always moving, always creating plays just with his movement, on and off the ball. And he's one of those guys who just makes the game easier for everybody. And he's a big reason why we've played pretty well here the last month, because Juan has given us great minutes night in and night out.
Steve, I'm sorry if you were asked this previously, but we heard from Damian Lee pregame. He said there's no timeline for his return, and he went through all of the symptoms that he experienced after that positive COVID test. What do you think about what Damian has dealt with lately?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's shocking. I talked to him about it, and, somebody who, had the vaccine and then gets COVID and gets the symptoms, it's so rare. I think he said 6,000 out of 80 million. So kind of a needle in the haystack, but I think it's great that he's being so forthright. I think people need to know what's happening, and it's great for him to just come out and tell everybody his story. Even if you have had the vaccine, it's good to still wear a mask and still be as safe as possible as we continue to try to get through this. And as for Damian himself, I have so much respect for him. He's such a pro. He's such a good person, great teammate. And I feel for him because he's had an excellent season, and obviously this is really, putting him in a tough spot. He hasn't been able to work out at all. So we'll see what happens, basketball wise. But the main thing is he's healthy and feeling better, and we're obviously relieved about that.
Steve, what type of energy and attitude does Kent Bazemore bring to this team? Because it really just seems like he's never down or in a bad mood.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's one of the reasons we decided to stay with him in the starting lineup, just because of the energy that he brings from the outset. He's really good getting into the ball, guarding opposing point guards and putting pressure on the ball. Just set a good tone for our defense, and he's a great teammate. Guys love playing with him. He's been in this league for a long time for a reason. He's really good, and he's given us a really good lift here in the recent weeks.
Coach, what are your thoughts on Juan Toscano's development this season?
Juan has been fantastic. He impressed us last year when we brought him up from Santa Cruz, and we knew what we had in terms of a guy who just really understood how to play and is a competitor and always brings energy. Excuse me. So I'm a huge fan, and I'm going to end it on that because I can't talk anymore. Thank you.
In the palm, torn ligament in the wrist. he will be reevaluated in the next week or so on that wrist, and the Warriors haven't ruled him out for the season. So that's good news. Hopefully he can come back for a playoff run for the Golden State Warriors with that wrist injury, but who knows? As of now, it looks like he's going to miss the rest of the regular season. And look, it's a tough blow. It's good to see Mulder playing well, good to see Poole playing well. But Jennifer, this is a tough blow for the Warriors not having Oubre Jr. and his energy and his offense.
It is definitely a tough blow. I do like seeing the other players stepping up, but imagine if tonight we had Oubre as well. Right, you can imagine what this game would look like, and going into Saturday's game, what that would feel like. So I think they miss his presence a lot. They miss his energy, his effort, and then, you know, he's been scoring in a lot of different ways. I think he was really becoming a fit with the team, and so it's just a shame, Darrell, to see him out.
Yeah, I think they're going to miss his athleticism, like you mentioned, his defense, his outside shooting, and his aggressiveness in transition. I thought he was one of those guys that got in transition pretty easy, leaking out, getting easy baskets, and that's what this type of team needs. When you're playing good defense, you need those easy baskets, and I think they're definitely going to miss that, the outside shooting, and just another defender.
And you hate to see it to Oubre Jr., man, but he's trying to get his money and play in the playoffs.
Hey, but he made some money.
Yeah, he's earned it this
now,
year.
an update on Damian Lee. We're going to hear from him in just a second. He's going to detail what's been going on with him. Of course, he got vaccinated, and he still tested positive for COVID-19. So how long is Damian Lee going to be out? Let's go to Kerr, our Warriors reporter here at NBC Sports Bay Area, powered by Cisco WebEx. And Kerr, I know Damian Lee spoke at 6:45 today down at Chase Center. What is the latest and what is going on with Damian Lee, who's got a nice role here with the Warriors, and they sure could use him right now?
Yeah, well, the first thing I noticed when Damian Lee addressed reporters was the smile on his face, and he said he was just so happy to be out of the house. That's how bad COVID had walloped him, and he did want to confirm the news that, yes, he tested positive for COVID. He was vaccinated. He was practicing all of the social distancing rules, so he was being responsible. But he feels like he's one of those breakthrough cases where even with a vaccination, COVID just gets you. He doesn't know how he contracted this, but, you know, he said he's been self-isolating for the past couple of weeks. He gave a shout out to his wife, Sidel, for being so selfless through this thing. It was a situation where she had to fix him a plate, put it down on the floor, knock on the door, and leave. He had to be completely alone. He also talked about the symptoms that he felt for about 8 days, and just take a listen to the things that he experienced.
But I basically charted down what my symptoms were, and I mean, I had headache, chills, sneezing, congestion, soreness, body aches. It felt like I was hit by a car, hit by two cars at once. Every step I took, you know, it hurt. There was pain. There was soreness. Felt like there was a weight on my chest for a couple of days. Like it was just hard to breathe. Loss of appetite. And then even still, you know, I don't fully have my appetite all the way back.
That sounds awful. And he also said coming up on Monday, he's going to have a chest x-ray. He's going to get some blood work done. At this point, come Monday, it'll be about 3 weeks of no action for him. You heard him say, like, he's still feeling fatigued, still trying to get his appetite back. So there is no timeline for his return. He has not been ruled out from returning, but he has a very difficult road back.
Wow, this is a shocking development when it comes to Damian Lee. Thank you for that, Kerr. We'll see you Saturday night when the Warriors take on the same team in Oklahoma City. But wow, just your quick thoughts on that one. I'll start with you, Darrell. That's tough.
Man, this is serious. COVID-19 is serious, and I hope a lot of people around the world is taking this serious. And to hear the symptoms and what he had to go through, you hate to hear that, man. And so speedy recovery to him. I hope everything, his x-rays and all those things come back negative and positive. So, yeah, man, that's just hard to hear.